Hey there, thanks for pressing play. In this video I want to show you Mullaghmeen. Mullaghmeen is the highest point in County Westmeath, but out of all the county tops in Ireland, it's actually the lowest county top in Ireland. So in this video I just want to show you basically the way I went about it. There's a number of different ways to go up, but this is the way that I went about it. So rather than kind of explaining initial directions at the start, I would advise just get onto Google Maps, and instead of looking for Mullaghmeen, which is the initial mistake I made, look for Mullaghmeen Forest. I think that's the best start off point going on the way that I did it. If you're thinking about doing a number of county tops, or more to the point if you've got young kids or anything like that, this is a pretty easy one to start off with, I think. So it's good practice to get going. So once you get to the car park, we actually got there on a Sunday and it was quite busy, but there actually is on-site catering van as well, which is kind of handy, and a lot of people are just sitting around and eating and taking picnics and stuff. When we started walking, I noticed there's a couple of different trails, so what I did was I just looked for Mullaghmeen on Google Maps, but I moved back into the section of Google Maps without setting destination, where it actually shows you what direction you're facing, and then I just kept an eye on the actual marker on Google Maps. It's not an easy summit to find, but then again, I suppose because it doesn't really stand up that high, you're always going to have that difficulty, and you're in the middle of a forest as well, so visibility is going to be poor. It's pretty busy on the Sunday we were there, but there's lots of room in terms of you're not going to be on top of people or anything like that. And once you get into some parts of the forest, it's really quiet and it's just a nice place to be. But like I was saying to you, every time I came across something like a crossroads or something like that, I just pulled out the maps, had a quick look, and just made sure that the direction I was facing was somewhat towards the summit. So it wasn't difficult to find. There's actually tons of trails in the forest, and I believe there's walks that are up to 6 hours long. If you do a bit of research online, you'll actually find different walks that are set out. What we were doing, I suppose, was going for about, I don't know, I suppose an hour and a half of a loop max. Probably an hour, I'd say, at the most. But with a young child, we're stopping every now and then, so an hour to an hour and a half. But like I said at the start, this is a really, really easy one, and it's a good one for anyone that wants to start off hiking and maybe do some of the county tops. It's actually the largest planted beech forest in Europe. Getting closer to the summit then, you will start to see this trail. This is definitely improved from the last time I was here. Last time was more of a kind of a dirt trail, whereas now it has been improved with chippings, which makes it much easier. When you're getting quite close to it, within the last maybe 3 or 4 minutes, there's one section actually that, as you turn right just up here, that's quite steep actually, so it is, but for most of it it's really, really flat. So like, I mean, this is 3 or 4 minutes of walking up a steep section, and that's pretty much it. And once you're at the top, the visibility, okay, in terms of some of the other county tops, it's not as I suppose exciting to look around, and some of the trees kind of get in the way because they have grown up since. But look, you've done the top, it's done, mark it off your list and move on to another one then. So anyway, hopefully the video has been useful, and thank you for taking time to watch.